Yeah, you could just see the pressure coming on in the scrum before as well. The French front row really getting an edge on and putting the pressure onto Paul James in the tight head. He's not a specialist tight head prop, and it's going to be a very difficult evening for Wales now. But the one positive for Wales, every time on the ref cam, all you can hear is the Welsh voices talking, and that's a big positive. But France is certainly, it'll give them a big lift to see Sam Warburton go off the field.
The French are man up on the pitch, level on the scoreboard. Yeah, 3 points apiece.
Yeah, it was a great kick by Parrott, and France are really looking to target Wales in that scrum now. They've got a big advantage, and it's going to be a very makes the game a hell of a lot more intriguing as well.
Taken in by Yashvili. Off the side of his boot. So much responsibility now on the likes of Alan Wynne-Jones. There can be no feeling sorry for themselves. That's what Sam Warburton would be saying. They've still got a semi-final to win. People like Alan Wynne-Jones, who've skippered the side, have really got to step up now.
Yeah, they've got to step up and inspire the team, and I think that's a good way to start doing it, by winning the line-up all like that.
Driven on by Roberts. France picked him out as the player to stop ahead of this match. Phillips to Bennett. Charteris. To touch.
Yeah, you can see from the start when Wales are doing that, the first time Toby Faletau carried the ball around into that 5-metre channel, France have really targeted it. It's an area the teams can attack Wales because it's predictable that they're going to do it, and Luke Charteris made a good carry there, but with the man coming in from the side trying to force him into touch, Wales have got to be careful not to overdo that ploy.
Out again, looking for Pape, was not clean, and Wales have it back. Phillips. Alan Wynne-Jones takes the contact, and it was considerable from Nicola Maz and Aaron Ordeke, who have stripped the ball back. Pape feeds Yashvili, looking to find Clerc back inside. Servat tidied things up for them. Yashvili to Para. Not seen much of the French backs. Mermoz involved, as is Yashvili again over halfway. Inevitable holes starting to pop up. Halfpenny skates back. Tackled by Rougerie. Oh, it's ferocious. Just ferocious. Bennett and Bonaire having a little bit of a scrap. It's been charged down, being picked up by Poots. The hook kick charged down. Yashvili tries to make them pay with Bonaire. Held up by Williams. Desperate, desperate days for a Welsh defence, drilled by Sean Edwards. Being tested now. Here goes Medar. Everyone lined up to the right for the French. Servat goes to ground. Now they spin it to the right. Rougerie. Mermoz knocks the ball on in the tackle that was made by North. And away by Hook. Doesn't find touch. But they will come back for the ball that was knocked on anyway. No real advantage. And what on earth must Marc Livremont be thinking? He must be thinking they've been given an enormous avenue that leads them right the way to the final with the sending off of Warburton. But Wales, you can be guaranteed, will not make it easy for them, and we saw in that passage of play the ferocity of that defence.
Great defence by Wales, but you can just sense the whole mood of the French team has changed. They obviously was early on in the game, but Wales were on top. They were making things happen. You can see a great chance on by Ashvili, and Wales did tremendously well to stop France from scoring. But you can just see the belief into the French team. It's changed completely, and the hit there, great hit by George North, and Wales' players are stepping up to the plate. You can see Alan Wynne-Jones doing big things, Gethin Jenkins. The only problem for Wales, that scrum is the last thing they wanted. It's another chance for France to put them under pressure and get a penalty, and Wales is 22.
Again, Jamie Roberts helping out in the back row.
Hold.
Paul James is really struggling. They put in huge pressure on him. Jean-Baptiste Pou is really giving it to him, and it's tough in the scrum when it gets like that. France are a very powerful unit, and Paul James has really got a big task on his hand.
Yes, if you are just switching on, maybe your alarm didn't go off and you're wondering why Paul James is already on the pitch. It's because he was a very early replacement for Adam Jones, who's gone off with a calf injury. And if you're wondering why Jamie Roberts is playing in the back row, it's because the skipper, one of the players of the World Cup so far, Sam Warburton, has been sent off for a dangerous tackle. The definition of the word dangerous is all important though, and it will be discussed at half-time by the chaps. Phillips clears long. Medar on halfway, goes for the most ambitious drop goal. Here goes James Hook. Time to try and spend some time in the French half. Medar again, justifying the decision to leave Clément Poitrenaud behind before the tournament started, but he got himself into a little bit of a pickle there. Gathered expertly by Halfpenny. How well has he played since being given the job as fullback? Williams. Always hope whenever Shane's on the pitch and in possession. Hook to Roberts. Falatau running into Nale. Twisting and turning, and Auckland was there to win the ball back for the French. That was expert burgling. Para. Interesting little chip over the top. And again, Halfpenny, first to react. Phillips playing the advantage, and in the end, because there were too many French bodies not making an effort to roll away from the ball, Wales have a penalty.
This has turned into a brilliant match. Wales seem to really have got their backs up as well. France have got more belief than they looked like they had at the start of the game. And we're in for one hell of a game, I think, Nick.
Here we are. Shot. Shot, please.
Alexis Pellisson, a peripheral figure at this World Cup, right up to the point when he threw an inside pass for Maxime Medar to score the second try against England. He's a man who had a giant game as well 7 days ago. But for all the possession that the French have had in the last quarter of an hour, largely as a result of Sam Warburton's red card, here's a chance for Wales to regain the lead. The second one that has lacked direction. That was from some distance though, right on the edge of James Hook's range, I would have thought. Michael?
Yeah, those penalties are becoming ever more important as the game goes on. I think it's going to be a very tight match now, and those penalties are crucial. 2 misses from Wales. James Hook will be really disappointed with that.
Williams to Halfpenny to Hook. See Wales' tactic. Knocked the game as possible inside the French half. Ball bounces loose to Roberts. From a standing start, Jamie Roberts cuts through a sizable portion of the French forest. Hook, Williams chasing it. One of the biggest chases now for Shane Williams, but he's quick, but Palisson is too, and he got there in time.
Wales got to get the ball to Jamie Roberts. Every time he touches it, he's causing havoc in the French ranks. That's the second or third break he's made. He's looking really good. Nice option from James Hook, and France covered it well.
To the final 10 minutes of a first half that's not been full of points, but it's been full of talking points. Halfpenny didn't get the distance that he wanted on that, but then the ball seemed to be knocked on by Yashvili. Alain Roland, who's been a central figure in this match so far, says it is advantage Wales. Here goes Dan Lydiate, flying now without his mate Warburton. Wyn Jones got the ball away under intense pressure to Roberts.
Holding on.
And then
It's number 9, leave the ball.
he's been penalised for holding on, so the advantage didn't last long.
No, great play by Julian Bonnet. Looking at Jamie Roberts, he's fantastic to see him in full flight. He's beaten Aaron Ordeke, comes with a fend on Rougerie, and that's a good contest between those two as well. But you just see the effort and the determination on his face.
That was the kick from Hook that sent Williams on the charge, but the favourite was always the little French left wing, Alexis Palisson. That's where the penalty was conceded, and the French have kicked it into touch. It'll be their throw for Servat. Dusatois was the choice at the back. Ball popped out. Taken on by Parra. Skipped through. Tackle needed to be made by Lydiate, who quickly got back on his feet and then slipped up on the wet turf, concedes the penalty. The decision is to go for the posts.
Yeah, you can just see Parra's looking dangerous at 10 as well. He's made a couple of little half breaks, but a few nice chips in. I think you just see Dan Lydiate makes the tackle well, but it's because he's hit the ball. I think if he'd left the ball and just got up and tried to get in the way, that would have been okay. Because he hits the ball, it makes it an obvious penalty.
French know all about games like this, embarking on their 6th semi-final in 7 World Cups. The only time they've not progressed this far was back in 1991. Form's not been much better now than it was back then, but they've grappled their way through. And now they're about to grapple their way into the lead here for the first time. Parra's kick. The French, bearing down on half-time, are ahead for the first time.
Yeah, France has been a very even game. Wales still look more threatening in attack, but France are doing simple things very well. They're getting turnovers, getting a bit of territory, and the big difference at the minute is they've kicked the kicks and Wales haven't.
Next restart taken by Palisson. This is Servat, tackled by Falatau. Just over 5 minutes to go to the break. Pape inspects the ball, leaves it for Yashvili. Parra gets it away. He was being pressurised by Phillips. And and in the circumstances, got a mighty boot away because it's taken play back up towards halfway.
Yeah, great pressure by Mike Phillips and an excellent kick by Parra. Good position for Wales now. I think they'd really like to get some points on the board before half-time.